You're looking for the best way to start Hockey Ultimate Team in NHL 24. Well, good news. I am going to walk you through step by step the absolute best methods to start creating your team, build a coin base, acquire cards for your collection, and what you should target all in this video. Now, it doesn't matter if you're watching this video during early access or sometime in November or even March. The same tactics are going to apply to give yourself the best team and setup when you begin playing Ultimate Team. With that being said, let's open up the starter pack. Now, for this video, I thought it'd be kind of fun to open up the starter pack for my No Money Spent series. For everyone asking if I was going to do a No Money Spent series again, are you insane? It's easily the most fun I've had in NHL over the last, 5 years. Would totally recommend it for anyone that regularly spends a ton of money on the game. Way more enjoyable. That being said, let's rip through the starter pack. Not much has changed here, and it does include an X Factor. I do want to address something. If you are the super hardcore min-maxer and you are looking to get the best X Factor for your team, and you're literally loading into the game, starting your team, and then deleting it if you don't get a good X Factor, hard avoid on that. Couple reasons. One, if you pre-ordered the game, you're going to lose your pre-order bonuses. So full stop right there. Secondly, the best X Factors, the high-rated ones, McDavid, Makar, for example, those are not in the player pool. As they changed X Factors over to 1 for every 32 clubs, they are pretty balanced. If you want to see my X Factor tier list, I did put one together that you could go and watch. So for my No Money Spent X Factor, I'm praying for Tomas Hertl. As a diehard Sharks fan, this is one of the things I'm actually excited for, that I get to have a player from my favorite team no matter what. Alright, what kind of sick, twisted joke is that? Ugh. What could have been? So now that we have our starter team, the squad doesn't even look like it can take on my Sharks this year. So let's get to work. We can load out of this screen, skip the tutorial. I mean, that's what I'm here for. And then we're going to get our first glimpse of a daily pack. These are actually going to have pretty decent value for No Money Spent players. I'll explain why in just a little bit. However, on top of the silver card and the gold non-NHLer, we also get a XP collectible, which I will, again, show you what to do with in just a little bit. Let me first address the X Factor Edition players and the pre-order bonuses. If this does not apply to you, look down below at the timestamp, and you can go ahead and skip this section. Now, if you have the X Factor Edition of the game, you would have received 4,600 points. On top of that, you would have also received a Hut Power-Up Icon Choice Pack, as well as the exclusive Cale Makar Master Item. If you pre-ordered the game, you also would have gotten a choice of 2 Team Builder cards. As someone who has spent far too much money in Hockey Ultimate Team, I can professionally say, depending on your goals, there's really one of 2 routes. If you want the best shot at pulling high-value cards, like base Connor McDavid, or maybe his X Factor, what I would do is look for the limited packs that will be in the store at launch of the game. These will be limited. Once you hit your limit, I would then stop. Historically, the premium packs, or whatever they would deem the base packs in the store, are an absolute scam. They seem cheap, and that's for a reason, and while you can get a lot of fodder in them, you're more than likely going to be very disappointed. So open up the limited packs, wait the 24 hours, and then go ahead and continue using your points. Now, depending on what packs are at launch of the game, if this gold NHL players pack is there, for example, anything that guarantees you a bunch of gold NHL players is going to be huge, especially if you are going to go hard after the team builders. Again, we will talk about that later in the video. If these gold NHL player packs are still in the store when you're watching this video, in my opinion, they're pretty fantastic. NHL players are a currency in this game, more than we've ever seen it in the NHL franchise. If you received the 2 team builder choice pack, this is going to help considerably working towards your first team builder card, which are the best in the game, in my opinion. You will need 6 to acquire any of the 87 overalls at launch of the game. Now, the big change here is that it could be any 6. You don't need to collect an entire division or specific teams. So it doesn't matter if you have duplicates here. You can really just pick your favorite. If you are looking for the absolute best competitive edge, I made a team builder tier list that you can go and check out. Lastly, let's talk about the Power-Up Icon Choice Pack. This is huge value for you because once you collect the 32 Power-Up Icons, it will net you all of the headliners. There are 8 of them, 2 for each of the subsection of icons, and you will be able to choose between Gretzky, Lemieux, and Gordie Howe, 3 of the best cards in the game. Again, depending on your goals, if you are someone who is going to go after the 3 ultimates, the only thing I would recommend here is take a look at the 8 headliners. See which ones you want to use on your team currently, and then go and make sure that you are getting a power-up icon or the power-up icons required to get that headliner. It will require 4 specific ones for each headliner. Again, I have a video breaking down all of the power-up icons and everything you need to know. Link is down below. But if you were going after Gretzky and Mario and Gordie Howe, it really doesn't matter all that much. But it is going to give you a leg up on the competition when it comes to getting coins coins. Now, at launch of the game, if you go over to the store, you will also see a free training camp pack. That'll net you 2 free training camp players. Not going to be very impactful, but beggars can't be choosers when you start out. So here are the goals with your team immediately. Get as many coins in the fastest manner possible, regardless of your objective. If you want to be hut rich, competitive, free to play, build a theme team, the rush for coins, especially in the early access window, is one of the most unique time frames to make coins. Because on October 3rd, you have the largest portion of the player base that is most likely to obliterate their credit card. On top of that, even the players that aren't intending to spend money in game, you got players that have the 4,600 points from the X Factor edition, which again just leads to more packs being pulled. The problem is, in the first week of the game, no one has enough coins to meet the supply of the auction house. It is the only time frame in which this will be true, because once October 6th hits and full worldwide launch happens, you have every single player that is going to be free to play and the largest portion of the player base, meaning that the demand is going to skyrocket for everything. So once the people that are finished dealing with Capital One, they're going to go after team builders, they're going to go after the ultimate icons, as well as the big boy X Factors like Connor McDavid. And what you'll see is that there'll be an offload of every mid-range to good base card that's in the game. Cards like Larkin, Matthews, Pasternak, you'll be able to get them for a discount. Then once the worldwide release takes place, while the population explodes, those players just aren't opening up packs. So you will see an increase in cost. Same thing goes for the icons. The demand for those will explode once the worldwide release hits, because you need to collect every single power-up icon to get Mario, Wayne, and Hao. So let's go get the most amount of coins we can in the fastest way possible. Let's head over to objectives. Now, once you're in objectives, it's gonna look very familiar to you. You've got the daily, weekly, and whatever event objectives are there. You've also got the milestones, and again, those all remain relatively the same. However, what I want to draw your attention to is if you go all the way over to the right, you'll see power-up icon as well as X Factor objectives to complete. As part of the Objectives 2.0 feature being added into NHL 24, it's going to allow the tracking of specific moves, cards, and events that take place in a game with specific cards. So if you look at X Factors, for example, you'll see that there is win faceoffs, get assists, take snapshots, score top left goals, and score bottom left goals, all with X Factor players. Now, what I thought was a typo was the fact that you can actually finish all of these relatively quickly, and it will net you 87,500 coins. Scroll over to the left, and you'll see the power-up icon objectives as well, and again, these will net you another 87,500 coins. By completing these 2 sets of objectives, you will start out with 175,000 coins to build your team. I don't think we've ever had anything like that in any of the launches of Hockey Ultimate Team. Now, before you rush off and you start trying to take down these objectives in Rivals or squad battles, let's help ourselves out a little bit. Now, Hut Moments is the big revamped feature in NHL 24. This is where you're going to spend a majority of your time when you first load into Hockey Ultimate Team. There are a few sections of moments. You've got the training camp moments, the cover athletes, Cale Makar's moments, as well as your X Factor moments and the ultimate icon moments. What I would recommend is first start with the training camp and get these done very quickly. It's more just to learn the systems of Hut, but you'll end up with a bronze player, 3 silver players, 2 XP collectibles, a customization pack, and 4 training camp collectibles. Again, I'll show you what to do with those in a little bit. Those will take you mere minutes. I would then go and finish off Cale Makar's moments. Again, these are not extremely challenging, and by completing these 5 moments, you'll end up with 5,000 coins, 2 more silver players, an XP collectible, another gold player, as well as a premium pack. Now, both of these should take you maybe a half an hour to complete. Then it's time to get to work. Going into the X Factor moments, it will give you a list of moments, one for every single X Factor that is in the game. All of the rewards for every single moment are exactly the same. You will receive an X Factor collectible, as well as 500 coins for each of the 2 remaining stars. Meaning that if you complete all 38 X Factor moments for both the NHL and the Women's International players, you will end up with another 38,000 coins, as well as 38 X Factor collectibles. Some of these will take you a long time if you are trying to complete all 3 of the objectives. Remember Remember, you don't have to do all 3 in a single attempt, meaning that you could get shots on goal, complete that objective, finish the game, load in, and do another objective and not hit the shots on goal because you've already completed it. On top of that, the real goal here is the X Factor collectible, so in any of the moments where you get kind of stuck and you just want to rush through, just complete one of the objectives and then move on. So once you have completed the 38 X Factor moments, let's go and use those collectibles. Head over to sets, scroll all the way to the X Factor sets, and you'll notice the X Factor Moments reward set. This will net you an X Factor Player Choice Pack, as well as 2 power-up collectibles, and a Players Pack. Now, the big reason why you want to get this over with early on is because, 1, you're chasing Connor McDavid's X Factor. It is by far a god tier card, and it will provide infinite value once Team of the Year and Team of the Season rolls around as well. But even if you don't get Connor McDavid, the real reason why you want another X Factor on top of the one that you got from your starter pack is because now when you go over to objectives and you start tackling the X Factor objectives, you've got 2 players that are going to contribute stats every time that you play a game, effectively halving the amount of time required to get all of this done. Now, if you didn't pre-order the game, you don't have any power-up icons. So let's go take care of that. Head back into Moments. We're almost done here, I promise. Click on Ultimate Moments, and you want to finish these 6 moments. Some of them are challenging. There are a few that are on Superstar, but again, you just need to get 1 star to get that icon collectible. When you go back to sets, all the way to the power-up icons, you'll notice the very first set is the Ultimate Hut Moments reward set. You can trade those 6 power-up icon collectibles, and that will net you a power-up icon choice pack. Again, given the options that you're able to select from, make sure you choose the one that is either your favorite player among the bunch, or one that works towards the headliner you're chasing. Now that we have 2 X Factors and at least 1 power-up icon, we can start to tackle those objectives. I just want to reiterate why this is the best use of your time at the start. It's simply because on top of everything you earned from the moments, you also earned these milestone objective rewards. From completing all of the moments, you have at least 159 objectives, which would net you 30,000 coins, a premium pack, an 83 overall choice pack, and a premium 2 gold players pack. You've also completed 53 moments, which would net you another 10,000 coins, 2 gold players pack, an 80 to 82 overall choice pack, a mini pack, a base pack, and a premium pack. Again, on top of all of the stuff that you've earned from the moment. Now that you're starting to get some packs and different types of rewards, let's touch on what to do with those cards. Every single 81 and below gold NHL player you want to use towards team builders. So you want to continually be putting these into your team builder sets because these cards are by far the best in the game that you can acquire easily. This year, there's a reduction in cost simply because they are 87 overalls, but every single other card is much lower in overall, which has also made it easier to get them. Add in the fact that you can use any 6 instead of 8s, it's just far easier to obtain them. So as you're putting in these cards into your team builder sets, once you get close enough and you only need about 5, maybe 6 more, that's when I would think about trying to buy the ones you need to finish them off, but hold off as long as you can and see how many you can just collect over the course of you getting rewards. You would be stunned at how easy it is to obtain almost the entire league by just getting rewards throughout the week in the course of a month. Now, any gold non-NHL player you want to put towards the icon trade-in. If you are going to be regularly playing the game throughout the year, because of how the choice packs work, they've really taken the gamble aspect out of getting Mario, Gretzky, or Howe. There's no reason why you shouldn't be working towards it. This will take a while, but it is the best value for those cards. You can also do it with X Factors. However, in my opinion, X Factors are more for theme team players now, outside of Connor McDavid. Silver players, throw those into the silver reroll set. They never offer any value. Don't hold on to them. Just get rid of them. They're not even worth the quick sell value. I would rather throw 16 in to get a gold player in return. Now it's time for squad battles. If you are an online player like myself, this is going to be a struggle. But I promise you, unless you are one of the top 100 to 200 players in the game and you are just craving online competitive play, go ahead. Totally understand. For the rest of us, when you go and start attacking rivals, you want to have the best possible team before, giving you the biggest advantage that you can have. Finishing out squad battles, easily the best use of your time once you've completed moments, and here's why. You are now armed with 2 X Factors, at least 1 power-up icon, and you can start grinding towards those objectives to get your 175,000 coins. Now, if you are a demon or unemployed, you can literally go into a squad battle game on rookie, smash out as many of those objectives as you possibly can, run up the score to 100 to 0. Once you have completed it, then refresh that opponent and actually trying to acquire the highest score in squad battles because you don't want to waste your time. You want to get as high a squad battles reward as you possibly can. And again, to achieve the highest squad battle reward possible, you have to win by 5 and have 20 plus shots on goal. I can't believe that's still a thing. Also, something to note, you want to put your X factors at center simply because there is a face-off objective for the X factors. I try and get that finished as quick as possible. On rookie, even with a winger that has 50 face-off rating, you can get that done and win it pretty easily. Now let's talk about XP sets. These new sets are replacing the seasonal rewards from the past few games, and at launch you'll have 5 levels to complete. Every week they will add a new level. At level 40, you will get a 99 overall choice pack. The only players that we know so far are the 99 Cale Makar and Connor Bedard. However, at launch, there are 5 levels for you to complete. You'll need a total of 27 XP collectibles to get and complete that 5th level. At level 5, you will get a random 84 overall team builder card, which is huge, especially for the people that pre-ordered the game, because that essentially means that you have half of an 87 overall team builder already. And again, if you want to know what team builder to go after first, I have a tier list video that will give you my opinions on competitively which ones are the best. Now, once you are done your squad battles grind, it is time to reflect on life. In terms of just coins, you should now have over 250,000 on top of all the random packs and players that you pulled along the way. You now have a few options depending on what your goals are. This is going to pertain to the early access players. If you want to be hut rich, I have no idea what the live content team is going to try and do to shake things up, but just from what I see here, there is going to be a massive demand for not just NHL gold players, but all gold players as a whole. They are going to be what's necessary for team builders. They also can be used for power-up icon trade-in sets and X factors. And we haven't even gotten to events yet. So what I would do is I would load up on as many gold players as I possibly could, obviously putting a priority on gold NHLers, but just gold players as a whole because everyone is going to chase after those ultimate icons. In the past, they usually go for around 1,000 to 1,500 coins. I don't know what the market will be set at, but if there is any gold NHL players that are going for around 1,500 and below, I'm probably going to buy as many as I possibly can. A, to complete my own team builders, but also give me the option that if the price absolutely explodes, I could sell them back and make a ton of coins. If you are a free-to-play player and you just want to play online and have a decent team, I would go and improve the squad. You've got 250,000 coins. Grab some of the better cards and head into Rivals and get ready for the first champ season. If you are looking for the best values of cards to go after, I will have regular videos here on my channel that will help you make those decisions. If you're trying to build a theme team, I would save those coins for when your team receives prime times or team of the week items, especially for 3rd and 4th liners that don't rarely blow up in terms of offense and get new cards. You kind of have to get them as quick as possible because once they're gone, there's usually no way to actually get them back. Now, the hardcore grinder, someone that is going to be playing this regularly every single week, start working towards team builders. There are 8 of them. They're all fantastic. They are going to give you the biggest competitive advantage that you can possibly get that isn't going to cost you over 1 million coins like the ultimate icons. So I have no doubt that this is going to set you up the best way possible for NHL 24's Hockey Ultimate Team. If you want to follow along my No Money Spent journey, make sure you subscribe to the channel, as I will have regular No Money Spent videos just like I did in past seasons. I also stream on Twitch live every single day. I go live no later than 1, but usually for the first 3 months, I'm live almost the entire day. Come check me out, come hang out. I'd love to talk to you, and join the Discord. 4,000 absolute hut freaks in this Discord, and all we do is talk about hockey all day long. Links are down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm excited for a new season of Hockey Ultimate Team. Let's get after it.